Welcome back to Pearl Media, where truth meets perspective. Today, we're diving into another classic Kevin Samuels moment. Let's get into it.
If you as a woman have to resort to how a man should keep you based solely upon your sex, that's anyway. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
How old are you?
32.
32. All right. What are we talking about tonight? Did your mom teach you? What did your mom teach you about relationships?
Basically to let a man lead, but not cook. She didn't tell me how to cook.
She taught you how to let a man lead. So, what to let a man do for you?
I'm sorry?
So she taught you to let a man lead, or another way of saying that is what to let a man do for you.
Yeah.
What did she teach you to do for a man?
I mean, basically, I'm not necessarily please him, but make sure he's happy.
How?
I mean, I know how to cook.
How? No, I don't want how. Make him happy how?
I mean, basically making sure that he's happy, making sure that I'm listening to him if
He's happy how? Making sure he's happy how, man? You already said you weren't taught how to cook. Okay? Fine. Then how else are you supposed? Then how do you propose, or how are you taught to make a man happy?
I mean, basically by being there, being supportive, making sure that he knows that I'm here for him. But
What does that look like?
I mean, it looks like basically giving him affirmations, letting him know that I'm here if he needs anything. I mean, helping out with what he needs help with, and just basically being supportive.
That doesn't sound like a whole lot, man.
I mean,
ma'am, you said I'm trying to let you say what it was. What I've heard, affirmations. He can go on Google and Google motivational phrases.
Yeah, but it's
hold on. Why can't you ladies just say, I wasn't taught nothing? My mama didn't teach me nothing. What did your mother teach you that's special to do for a man?
I mean, nothing special.
Okay, then why should, if nothing special, hold on. If your mother taught you nothing special to do for a man, why should a man promote you to the highest title possible, wife and mother?
I mean, because of myself. Because
no. Intrinsic qualities. See, this is what I mean.
I'm trying to hold on.
This is a sales pitch. I don't know nothing. My mama didn't teach me nothing. I wasn't even taught to cook. I'm just supposed to be here. And my presence is supposed to make you happy. Me just being here, affirming you, is supposed to make you happy. And the truth is, most women were taught to worry about sex. But I'm listening, ma'am. What did your mother teach you that you're supposed to do special for a man? Meaning that he can only get it from you. He wants to cut out of all the women in the world. He wants to keep coming home to you.
But do you really think that my mother can teach me how to please my man? Like, not even.
The fact that you're asking that question shows how far modern mothers have failed. So you mean to tell me that your mother, what is a mother supposed to teach you about a man?
I mean,
what? What do you think? I'm asking you, what do you think? What do you think women are supposed to teach? What do you think older women are supposed to teach younger women with regard to men?
With regards to men, basically, to make sure that you're respected in any sense. Because, I mean, the stuff that you speak on be truth, but I feel like it's for the past generation. This new generation is different.
No, it's not. We're all human beings.
That's true, but
ma'am, what should the older women teach younger women with regard to men to make sure we're respected?
Yes.
Okay. How?
Just in general,
No, not be specific. Give me some specifics.
in the house, outside the house, because
How should you? Give me some specifics, ma'am. Respect it in what? In the house is general.
as far as when you leave the house, meeting other people, respecting, letting people know that you're in a relationship or whatever the case may be. People think that.
No.
Go ahead.
The way you show a man respect is you let other men know I'm with him.
Say that again.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying. You're saying the way you show your man respect is when you're out and about, you let other men and other people know that's my man.
I'm saying just in general, when you're out, you let people know you're cooking. Like most men don't do that. You can be in the house one way. You can be getting taken care of, cooked.
See, guys, I want you to understand something. I'm asking a very simple question, and the fact that this woman is struggling to make something up other than just saying, "My mama didn't teach me shit. She didn't teach me nothing, and I don't know nothing. I'm just making it up as I go along, and I'm just saying what I think sounds good."
No, I just don't think that that's true. Being as though I told you,
Okay. Do you think a father could teach a son what he's supposed to do for his woman?
Can he?
No. Do you think a father's job is to teach his son what his son is supposed to do for his woman?
I mean, I think a father's job is to teach a son how to respect women, how to treat women. So his girlfriend.
A father's job is to teach a son how to do things for his woman.
Yes.
All right. If you understand that very simple line, then what is a mother's job to teach a daughter what she's supposed to do for her man?
Okay, well, then when you put it like that, when you read it like that, yes, she probably should. But
she probably should what?
She probably should teach her daughter how to treat a man. Yes.
Yes, and what does your mother teach you? Did she teach you?
Well, she didn't teach me specifically how to.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. And see, the fact that part of the reason I get frustrated is because sometimes I feel like you ladies come in here and act like you don't know what I'm talking about. When it's a very simple concept. It's a very simple concept, man. You're supposed to teach your children. You're supposed to teach your children how they act in the world, how to act when they go to and you're also supposed to teach your children how to behave. But there are roles. Do you think women of old, grandmothers and great grandmothers, taught their daughters how to cook? Yes or no?
Yes.
Before fast food. So that's something you do for a man.
No.
Yes, it is.
No fast food. I know how to cook. I
said cook. So cooking is something you do for a man.
Yes. I just said
cleaning a home, keeping a home clean.
Of course.
When a man was out working, the home was her responsibility, the world was his responsibility. But still, it's still pretty much the same way. We're still human beings. And see, that's what I mean. Women act like, well, it's 2021. All the rules are gone. I'm not supposed to do nothing for a man. We're just supposed to treat each other like human beings and equals. But who cooks for the kids?
I don't believe that.
Who cooks for the kids?
Me.
Where'd you learn how to cook?
Just experiment, actually.
Mm-hmm.
When I taste things and I experiment.
How many kids do you have?
One.
Do you think it would have been better if your mama would have taught you how to cook?
I mean, no.
I told you, they can never hold their mothers responsible.
I'm not.
They can never hold their mothers responsible. Mama, we can never question mama. Mama can fail, but we can never question them. No, you as a daughter supposed to get out here by trial and error, learning how to do something versus your grown-ass adult mama teaching you so you don't have to make those mistakes. Do you think that's how it should work, woman? No, that means me questioning mama. We don't question mama.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Should mothers teach their daughters how to cook?
She definitely should. If
Did your mother teach you how to cook?
no, not that I
Did
can.
your mother fail you in that regard?
Yes, and cooking, yes.
And then say it. My mother failed me when teaching me how to cook.
I said as soon as I got on that my mother didn't teach me how.
She didn't teach you how to cook. What did she teach you how to do?
She taught me how to be me, to be respectful, to get my education so that I can attract a nice man.
Get your education so you can do what?
Attract a nice man, how to.
What does having an education to do with attracting a nice man?
I'm just saying, if you go to.
No. What does having an education do with attracting a nice man? She taught me how to be me, taught me how to be respectful, taught me how to get my education. And that's when all the hearts went up, because that's the only thing y'all been taught to go to school.
People meet their significant other or their husband, like in college. And
Where'd you meet your husband?
no, I'm not married.
Surprise!
That's not a surprise.
No, it's really not, because y'all aren't taught. What I'm trying to show is y'all aren't taught. Stop. What I'm trying to show is you guys, your mothers don't teach you who men are, what we like, and what to do. They teach you guys how to go be men. They teach you, girl, go get a job so you can be middle class and work paycheck to paycheck and make a baby outside of wedlock and live paycheck to paycheck, because that's better than being somebody's wife, because you might have to do something for that dude. This is why we have 80% of our children born outside of wedlock, and so many of our women have really no clue on how to be wives.
But do you really think if I knew how to cook, well, I know how to cook, but if I would have learned from my mother, that would have changed the outcome?
Oh yes, because that's the generation. That's what you come from. Go back in your hold on, man. Hold on. Go back in your family album. Go back in your family album all the way back to as early. Do you know what your family album is?
When you say family album, do you mean like my family tree?
Your family album. You know your mama. You know your grandmother.
Yes.
You know your grandmother's grandmother. I mean your grandmother's mother.
Yes, but she's passed. Yes.
Of course she has. Okay, so you know your mother, and then your grandmother. Do you know your grandmother's mother?
Yes.
Do you know your grandmother's grandmother?
No.
Do you know where all these family photos are?
In Virginia.
Uh-huh. Do you have pictures of your mother?
Yes.
Do you have pictures of your grandmother?
Yes.
Do you have pictures of your grandmother's mother?
No, she does though. I've seen them.
But you don't. So
No.
These women don't even have the family album. So all the family has become to so many black people are the women, their mama, and big mama. Everything before that, all that lineage and history, you've turned your back on all of it. Because if you knew what those family albums were, you could go back and see what family looks like. And those women, they didn't go to college. They weren't worried about PhDs and everything else. Most didn't even graduate from high school, but they were wives and mothers, and the very woman you are today, and everything we claim to be so proud of in the black community, those uneducated country sharecropping and cotton picking people learn. But now we got all these college educated women, a bunch of baby mamas, and don't even know what a family album is. Ever go to a family reunion?
Yes.
What age were you approximately in the last family reunion you went to?
29.
Who organized it?
My aunt.
Approximately how old is your aunt?
She's about to be 70.
Right. When your aunt dies, because your aunt's a baby boomer, and that's the last generation of people who organize family reunions. When those group of people die, who's going to organize a family reunion if the family album's in Virginia somewhere?
It's so funny you asked that because my aunt said the same thing. That basically.
My point is, black women were taught to be individuals.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say individuals, but wouldn't you want your spouse or your mate to be educated? I mean, don't you want that?
You have an education. Everybody in this country has a compulsory education. What is your degree in?
Say that again?
What is your college degree in?
Elementary education.
Ma'am, no disrespect. Really, no disrespect intended.
Go ahead.
But that ain't really nothing.
I know.
So
I didn't. No. I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know that at the time.
But my point is, you talked about this education like it's a degree in physics or an engineering.
No, I'm just saying.
Hold on, ma'am. Hold on. What you got in high school, arguably, what you got in high school was enough to teach in elementary school. True or false?
That could be true.
No, is it true or false, ma'am? Because I know when I was in high school.
No, that's true.
So because we put up schools and universities that said, you graduated with a high school diploma and you can tutor and help your younger siblings with their work. You need to go through this program over here. And so many of our women worry about these damn degrees, acting as though, hey, look at my college degree in elementary education. Doesn't that make me more appealing as a potential wife? No, it doesn't. We don't care about your degrees because for the most part, most women's degrees are useless. They're in humanities or some sort of education, communications, marketing, history, psychology, criminal justice. What were the other ones? It's not in engineering, accounting, medicine. It's not in anything that's going to put you in the top 10% of earners. It just comes with a credit card. It comes with a debt. But so many women, my education. When do men swipe left or right on Tinder saying, ooh, I need to find me an MBA or a PhD? That's not what they do. But see, your mama didn't teach you that. Your mama didn't teach you who we are. The things she taught you have nothing to do with who men are.
So, my cooking.
Yes, men want women who can cook. Yes.
But I can cook. It doesn't matter that I learned it on my own.
Yes, it does. No. We want women men want women because, honestly, you learning on your own is, where'd you get the recipes from? Let's start there.
No, I'm saying I learned on my own by trial and error.
You taught yourself. So do you think you have a daughter or a son?
A daughter.
So you think your daughter needs to learn how to cook on her own? You're not going to teach her either?
Well, I'm going to teach her.
Why?
I'm going to teach her.
Well, why?
Because I just feel like she got to learn from somewhere.
Let
me go back then, because I've seen my mother cook, but it wasn't nothing special that I had to like.
Special or not's not the point. See, one of the ways women show care and love for their family is through the most important thing, what their family consumes. That's where love is brought into the house. Your mama didn't teach you how to love because she didn't teach you how to cook.
Really?
Ma'am, did you not watch the movie Soul Food?
Oh, yeah.
The most important, go back to Sister Shahrazad Ali talking about how she got so much pushback for trying to get black people off of pork, knowing that what we put in our kids' bodies, in our families' bodies, brain development, immune system, everything else. So if your mama didn't teach you how to cook, you can make an argument your mama didn't teach you how to love. But then I ask, what else did she teach you? And the only thing that I really believe what you said is she taught me to get an education. And your education for this woman I'm talking to is an elementary school something. That ain't much.
Okay,
but the thing is, if you go back and look at the women who came before your mother, they were better women because they knew how to cook, clean, sew, do things around the house because they had to. Modern women are lazy. Air conditioning, washing machines, dishwashers, Y'all don't have to do nothing. So the few things that you should still do, don't even do that.
But I can do all those things.
But who taught you?
Sadly, I didn't learn how to cook from my mother, but
What
cleaning
did
and
your
all
mother
that.
teach you? But again, what did your mother teach you to do for a man?
No. Well, since you add those things, my mother did teach me how to really clean and get down with the bleach and all that.
How long your mother and father been married?
My mother and father were married, if I'm 32. Well, actually, they're still married. They're just separated. But they actually broke up. My brother was 2. Well, separated when my brother was 2.
So where did your mother tell, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much of a priority did your mother tell you to make marriage and children? And when I say children, I mean children as a result of marriage.
That wasn't never a conversation we had. I can't say
So that would be what?
0.
Right. So
Okay.
your mother told you as far as marriage and children, no priority, 0, no conversation. Just like the previous young lady. Y'all don't get taught.
But that
You
doesn't
don't
don't want.
Excuse me? You don't get taught. Okay. You said your mother's top priority so far was your education.
Yes.
And your education is being an individual, alone. The things that make you a mate, a companion, there's no focus on. The cooking, the cleaning, the what to do for the man that's supposed to be next to you, which is why you're struggling to even answer the question. Well, I'm supposed to just be here and support it. Because instead of just saying, you know what? I've never thought about this. What did my mother sit down and tell me? Baby girl, when you are blessed, because your mama married, right?
They're separated, but
But just like the previous girl, her mother was married too. And these selfish ass married women are not teaching their daughters anything. She didn't teach you. Guess what? Only 1 in 4 black women are lucky enough to find a husband. So when you do, this is how you make sure you find a man, and this is how you make sure you position yourself to be somebody's wife. This is how you make sure you stay somebody's wife, and this is how you keep a man. She taught you none of that. So it's no surprise that women like yourself walk out into the world doing exactly what you're taught. Men are cool. Men are there to kind of kick it with, but your most important thing is get your education, girl. So that's what you focus on. You got that education. Then after you get your education, life starts.
yeah.
How's your child?
I'm sorry.
How's your child?
1.
Thank you. After you get your education, your life starts. Then you don't work 1 or 2 or 3, 4 years, and then you're looking around like, well, damn. I thought this education and all this stuff, life was pretty much boring. Because most people have a family, a husband and a family that makes life worth living. This is why we have so many baby mamas who are college educated, because after you got your last attainment, well, I can have a baby, but I can't get a husband.
I wouldn't necessarily say that.
Okay, did your baby, why didn't you and your child's father marry?
My child's father passed before she was born. He didn't get killed, so he wasn't no thug or anything like that. People
Okay.
did that.
But how many children does he have?
Just her.
Okay. Why didn't you guys get married before you got pregnant?
I mean, we were young. We were high school sweethearts. On and on.
Your child is 1 year old.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me high school sweethearts and you're in your 30s. I asked a very simple question. Marry before you carry. It matters.
It does. It does.
Then why didn't you guys marry before making a baby?
We were young. We broke up.
You were not young, man.
No, we weren't together.
No, ma'am. You got pregnant at around 30 years old. Don't tell me you're young.
No, I'm saying prior.
30 years. What?
You said, why didn't we get married prior? We weren't.
No, I'm asking you why you didn't get married before you gapped your legs open and let him shoot up the clothes.
Oh.
You pregnant.
I don't know. He didn't ask.
Why didn't you make it a requirement before you made a baby?
Because we weren't there. We weren't together.
Oh my God.
We
There
were
it is.
having a
That's what I
relationship.
want you guys to understand. Black women are, it's a bigger deal to be a wife than a mama. I'll have your baby, but your wife, oh, we're not there yet.
No, I would have been his wife if he would have asked. But
Ma'am,
we're
why?
off
No,
and
no,
on.
no, no. See, I don't care about him asking. My question is
Okay.
this. Why did you allow yourself to be in a position to get pregnant before a man committed to you? I don't care what he did or did not do. Why did you do that? 33 forms of birth control. That's your choice. You had unprotected sex, college graduate.
Yes.
You know what the French toast is going on. Stop playing. This is why I get frustrated with y'all. Y'all act goddamn stupid when you know what I'm saying is 2 + 2 is 4. And you don't want to be accountable. And the answer is, I didn't make marriage a priority because I really didn't care one way or another.
No, I'm not saying that. But I can't.
Did you want to marry him?
I would have.
That's not what was the question I asked you.
Yes.
Did you want to marry him?
Yes.
Why didn't you make marriage a requirement before pregnancy?
I didn't want to push nothing on nobody. If they didn't bring it up, I'm not going to bring it up. We were friends, though, at the time. Just going back and forth, back and forth. Like, it was kept being friends, friends, friends. So I did make it a priority. It's the truth. Are you going to say something?
There's nothing to say, man. This is crazy.
I mean, that's true.
Ma'am, you're 30 plus years old.
Mm-hmm.
And when I ask, the first thing they try to do is this young excuse. You're a grown woman with a college degree.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact of the matter is, whether you want to admit it or not, you were not taught to prioritize a man and a marriage and a relationship. You said it 10 minutes ago. Your mother didn't teach you. So, getting pregnant, when you saw that you were pregnant, because you knew you were having unprotected sex, and you knew you weren't on birth control, when you got pregnant, there was nothing ahead of time teaching you, girl, don't get pregnant before you get married. See, I grew up in that generation where they told the girls, do not get pregnant. With your generation, you sit around having sex and then say, well, if I get pregnant, I got a college degree, I can take care of the kid on my own.
I didn't plan on taking care of her on my own. I'm not, and who's to say that we wouldn't have got married?
See, guys, this is what I mean. I want you to understand how we started from the beginning. You can't be accountable. Ma'am, this is one of the biggest problems. This is one of the biggest, no, ma'am, no. One of the biggest problems is just admit. My mama didn't teach me how to did not tell me to make relationships and marriage a priority before I gave a baby.
Okay, I can admit that.
Okay, so when you got pregnant, you didn't go say, we need to get married or else I'm terminating this pregnancy.
No, I didn't say that. No. I mean,
so thank you, people. So thank you. This is why when I deal with women who have children, I don't treat them as victims. They can make all the choices. 33 forms of birth control. Especially they're college educated. They know what they're doing. And here's the fact of the matter is, ma'am, why he passed, not my concern. But he wasn't your husband.
why?
Do you ever plan on getting married one day?
Yes.
Really? So they'll be looking for a stepfather. Yes. Yes. What do you?
I'm not looking for a stepfather.
Ma'am, if you're looking if you get married, he will be a stepfather. And a man who's going to be a stepfather will ask these questions.
Okay, that's fine.
My ultimate point is, women who move like you do were taught not to prioritize relationships. Okay. But then how do you expect to get the highest honor a man can give a woman when you already are over 30 with another man's kid.
So is it too late to be taught, is what you're saying? I mean, not
Well, okay. You haven't been taught what to do for a man. You haven't been taught to prioritize. Okay, ma'am.
I mean, but I,
Ma'am, you asked the question.
okay,
You got
good.
to ask yourself, if a man is looking for a wife, why would he pick a woman? If I'm looking for a wife, why would I pick a woman who doesn't even know any of this stuff? I'm going to pick a woman who's going to be an asset. A
But
woman who realizes she needs to be something for me.
But I know these things. My point was just that I didn't learn it from my mother. I know how to cook.
Okay.
I know how to clean. I know how to do all these things. I just didn't learn it from my mother. But you're basically telling me if
I know, but I'll go back to the beginning, ma'am. What have you learned? What is a woman supposed to do for men? You just said I'm supposed to be his. I'm just let him lead.
No, I said that's what my mother taught me. But being as I'm 32 years old, I've learned different things. You saying like support is
All right, let's go down that path then.
like it's
Let's go down
support.
that path. Why do you want to get? Why would you want to get married now?
I always wanted to get married in general, but I don't want to force it on a man. I don't want to like come in like, oh well, you have to marry me by this age or do this or do that. Like,
Why would you want to get married now?
I want to get married in general, not now.
Why?
Because I want that father and mother role in the house and showing my child a loving environment. So
Why?
they can have that.
Why?
Building
Why? But why?
because I had that.
Okay, but why? But still, you haven't given a real good why.
Because
I want it. Because I want it. What you keep saying is I want it. Why? Because I want it. Why?
No, I said
want it. Why? Because I had it. Why?
I said because I want my child to see it. I want her to be.
Okay, well, if that's the case, see, there it goes right there. If you want your child to see it, then didn't it make sense to have it before you have a baby?
It does make sense.
So,
It does
man,
make sense.
you cannot ask, your daughter can't have what you had because you were born in a marriage.
Okay. But
She can't have what you had. You're a baby mama. She can't have that. And
has
now,
something similar.
no, she can't.
Why?
Because the man ain't her biological father.
But she can
It's
still
different.
see love.
Okay. This is where it starts to get damn dumb.
She
Man,
won't see love.
Jesus Christ.
What's wrong? I'm not understanding. Why can't she see love? Even though it's not going to be her.
Because that's my and see, guys, when they're not taught to think about relationships, they think relationships are just magical things. It's magical thinking. It's like relationships are hard work. They're a job. And all of a sudden it's like, well, she can go get love like I experienced from my biological father, from a man who is no kin to her. Let me show you a video that was posted the other day.
Oh, I had
O'Shea Duke Jackson channel. That was a 55-year-old man who married his 18-year-old, who used to be his stepdaughter or his goddaughter.
I just was reading about that.
Man, no man that meets your child is going to have the same attachment as her biological father would have.
That's true.
See, and my point of having this long, extended conversation is to show you, you don't have to be angry and ratchet and loud. My point is, black women have just not been taught to prioritize relationships or the importance of relationship. Relationship to so many black women is just like an accessory. It's an add-on. It's an upgrade. It's not a requirement. And then when it comes along, it's supposed to come in the most ideal fashions. This man is supposed to come through and accept you and another man's child like his own, so you can emulate or mirror the experience you had, when that's not this situation. If you want to give your daughter what you had, you should have been a wife before you were a mother. That's the only way to give her what you had. Do you want any more children?
I'm open to it.
Do you want any more children?
I'm open to it.
Do you want any more children?
Yes.
How many more?
Probably just one, a boy.
So a stepfather comes along, and the best he can get is one kid out of it. And see, this is what I try to talk to you ladies, and I just let you understand that I use the term magical thinking. You guys think of relationships. I mean, it's like, I think it's fair to say that this conversation, you have to realize that it's like, well, Dan, he's right. I really haven't seriously considered relationship, marriage. I really haven't put any real thought into it. Even some of the questions I'm asking, not that hard, but I just haven't thought about it. But I know, and when I dream, it's something I say I want. But that dream is just a picture. What I ask you ladies about is the day-to-day stuff. Stop doing whatever you do with your microphone, please.
Oh, I was trying to set it up so I can stop.
Let's make the noise. It's kind of
Okay.
You guys think about the wedding and the ceremony. You don't think about the 17th Tuesday afterwards. And then you expect the man to come along and risk all this stuff. It's a lot of risk for a man to be married today.
But I'm open to have more kids with my husband if he wants more kids. I was just saying in general, I would like a boy.
I get it. But it comes right down to this. Marriage is something, okay, this is going to be a hard question. I'm going to let you know up front. For the kind of man you want to marry, would you say that you're very competitive on that marriage market?
No.
Okay. If you had to rank your perceived level of competitiveness against other women on a scale from 1 to 10, what would you rank your level of competitiveness on the marriage market?
I'll say a 5.
5.
Yeah, because 50, I mean, 50, I know
50-50.
Yeah, because I know most guys would prefer a woman without children. I was without a child for 31 years, and
how tall are you?
I'm sorry.
How tall are you?
5'11".
Your size?
10.
How much you weighed last time you weighed yourself?
203. Look at my Instagram pics. I have on pajamas.
My point is, do you want a man at least as tall as you are?
Yes, I would love a guy taller than me.
Right. And what state do you live in?
Excuse me?
What state do you live in? Sorry.
DC.
DC. Okay. So, in order to have another kid, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant with the next child?
I mean, part-time.
Part-time? What percentage, if you were married, what percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for your lifetime?
Just the utilities. I mean, I would want.
What percentage? So, what percentage of the overall family financial load?
Like 20%.
That's more than utilities.
Oh well, then like 5% then.
Okay. In order to have a family of 4 in DC, how much would a man need to make to be able to afford a wife that paid around 5% of the utilities, to have a middle class, upper middle class life, to be able to afford nice public school, maybe private school, college when kids need it? How much would an annual income need to be for that?
Probably like 85,000 plus.
$85,000 for 4 people?
I mean, when they're younger.
No, ma'am. $85,000 for 4 people in DC? No.
I mean, I don't want to live in DC.
Ma'am,
but I know
$85,000 ain't enough for 4 people nowhere. Okay. What kind? Do you want to live in a home?
Yes.
What kind of car do you want to drive when you're about 45 years old?
You said when I'm how old?
About 45 years old, what kind of car do you want to drive?
I prefer trucks, probably a Suburban or
And that's about how much? How much is a Suburban?
like $45,000.
And if you have two more kids, so each kid gonna have their own room.
Yes,
Then you have the mom and dad room, guest room. So you're gonna have what, at least 5-bedroom house?
yes.
How much you find? What state do you want to live in?
I'll probably live in Maryland,
Maryland. What part of Maryland?
Bowie.
How much would a 5-bedroom and a 5-bedroom house cost in a nice suburban area?
Probably like 500,000.
And how you gonna get there with $85,000 in a suburban?
I mean, that's why I said I would prefer.
How much would an annual income need to be though to have a $500,000 home in suburbans and everything else?
Yeah.
Annual, all total.
We're looking at like at least
How much all total?
$100,000.
How much all total?
It's looking more like $100,000 when you add it.
$100,000. It ain't, ma'am. No, it's more than that. How much do you make?
I only make like 52,000.
Ma'am, that means twice what you make. You could afford a man and two children, their cars, their college, so they never had to take it. Just double your income. You could afford a $500,000 home, a suburban, his car, and all that other stuff. You mean you could do that? Double your income?
I mean, I said I will work.
No, ma'am, I'm asking for the total family income annually.
Oh, well, the whole family income. Oh, shoot. Well, then like $150,000 then. If me and his combined, because like I said, I would rather work
Okay,
in.
so let's do this. This is, and why I'm going through this example is because when you ladies aren't taught to prioritize relationships and marriage, the math fucks you up. Y'all really just have no idea how much it costs.
I mean,
Ma'am, you got a 1-year-old baby. Do you live in a house or an apartment?
an apartment.
Right. And you're doing okay.
Yeah.
With a 1-year-old. We're talking about having 2 children and you only working 5% of the time, enough to pay for 5% of the bills. That means you're effectively not working. $150,000, you couldn't afford a $500,000 home. Man, you talk about $300,000. This is what I mean, and I'm saying I'm being passionate because it's like we talk about education, right? But what good is education if our women can't even really family plan? Y'all don't think about this stuff. You know, it's like, well, I'm just thinking about right now, the baby's young and we can live here, but at the end of the day, I want to drive a Suburban and have a 5-bedroom home in Bowie. And then I'm asking you how much it's going to cost, and it's like, well, I don't know. Cost of living calculator in Bowie. In Bowie, Maryland. Bowie, Maryland, right? Bowie, Maryland is 128% of the cost of living. Housing is 150%. So in Atlanta, to provide that middle class life to where kids could go to college and not have any debt, all this other kind of stuff, you're talking right around $275,000 a year. For a $500,000 home? Ma'am.
Go ahead.
Even if we reduce it to $250,000, you're still talking about a man making, and if you adjust for the cost of living, you're still talking about over $300,000, almost $350,000. But let's just drop it. Let's just drop it to $200,000. What percentage of men in this country earn over $200,000?
None that I know.
What percentage?
Probably less than 10%.
Give me the number. Give me a ballpark.
Probably 12%.
Closer to 4%.
Wow.
4%. So a man, what percentage of men in this country are over 6 feet tall?
That is probably like around 4%.
No, it's 10%. But for the kind of man you're talking about, a man over 6 feet tall, earning over six figures, you're talking about roughly 3% of black men. 3%. And this is where it goes off the rails. A 3% black man. 3% over 6 feet tall, over six figures. And at the kind of money you're talking about, you're talking closer to 1%. Ma'am, what is a 50-50, what is a woman who says she's in the dating marriage market, she puts herself at a 5 out of 10 on the competitiveness. Where does a woman like that ever get a top 1% man?
It'll be rare, but I believe it can happen. I believe it can happen.
This is why I would never, and this is why, and people keep asking me, why do I do this? Because you saw the painstaking level I went through. And I'm talking to a woman who talks about education. And the numbers, according to the numbers, ma'am. You believe it can happen. Well, according to the numbers, why do you believe it can happen?
Because in today's society, guys are not necessarily going for the most, like you said, most educated or the most fit and all that. They're going off of personality and meeting new people. And like I said, I can cook and I can clean. I believe I have the qualities to make a good wife. And
ma'am, you're 5, you're almost, okay, on a scale from 0 on 1 to 10, you can't use 7. What would you rank your looks? Fresh face out of the shower, your natural hair.
a 10.
Your face?
Yes. A 10. I'm always going to give myself a 10. I'm not going to ever give myself.
All right. So there we go, right there, people. That's all you need. Like, you see all the hearts people losing. See, you can cap all you want to, but you're not an international supermodel. You're not an international, and I'm just trying to ask you. See, up until this point, I feel like you've been pretty reasonable. But now, if you want to do that, I think we should probably end it because I don't play those games. I'm doing something for a good reason, and I'm trying to be helpful. But man, you and Rihanna walk into the room, don't nobody confuse you. You're not a 10. You're not a 10.
Rihanna.
You're not a 10. You're not a 10. But that's the point. But that's a 10. You're not a 10.
Okay. Rihanna's beautiful though, but
granted, but on a scale from 1 to 10, you can't use 7. What do you rank your face?
Okay, I'll give it 8. I'll give it 8 then.
You put yourself up there with Beyonce. Beyonce's an 8. Kelly Rowland's a 9. Rihanna's a 10. Hell, Sweetie is an adjustable 6.
Sweetie is a 6?
An adjustable 6.
Sweetie is gorgeous though. Without
When was the last time you had a guy with suicide doors rolling up trying to marry you?
None.
Okay, when was the last time your child's father? What did he do for a living?
He worked for Metro, the maintenance supervisor.
Maintenance supervisor. So he's a middle class worker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, due respect, a woman who's an 8, 9, or 10, they don't get middle class maintenance supervisors.
Beautiful people.
Ma'am, we're talking about you.
Okay.
You've been you your entire life.
Yeah.
You call yourself an 8.
Yes.
No.
If Sweetie is a 6,
ma'am, you're not.
I think
Ma'am, you're beneath that number. You're not above that number.
That's what I'm saying. If you think Sweetie's a 6,
ma'am,
and I think
Beyonce is an 8. Kelly Rowland's a 9, Rihanna's a 10. You're not on those levels. And I said, Sweetie is an adjustable 6. Ma'am, you are giving you came in here talking like you're up here. And I'm just asking you, do you actually have a real world estimation of, you walk through the world, you don't get 8, 9, or 10 outcomes from people. That's not what happens. Ma'am, do you know where you actually rank as far as how you look? That's all I'm asking.
Obviously I don't, so you can enlighten me since
I would give you actually, ma'am, I would give you a 5, 6.
Okay.
You're average to cute.
Okay.
That's not bad, but when you got yourself way up here, Rankings matter.
They do,
But
like everyone.
okay, but what would an average to cute woman who's almost 6 feet tall and 200 pounds with a 1-year-old be able to land a top 1% man?
You never know. You can't help who
Thank
falls
you.
in
Thank
love.
you, guys. And see, that's why I don't give a fuck. Because no matter what you do, it's always, you never know. It could happen.
No,
You
can I
never
ask you a
know.
question, though?
Man, what we do know is, ma'am, what we do know, because that ain't you. Men who have the kind of money you're talking about, they have options. A man who is over 6 feet tall, earning the kind of money you're talking about, he has options. And what kind of things does that man want from a woman? Do you think those men want to be stepfathers?
No.
Okay. Do you think those kind of men want women who are 200 pounds?
Guys like thick girls.
Do you think those men, when you see men with the kind of money we're talking about, do you see them out with women who are 200 pounds that ain't thick, that's fat?
I don't think I'm fat, but I mean, I get what you're saying.
Do men making the kind of money you're making, when you have all these women who are around this man, do they go for the women? Do they go for the women who are 200 pounds?
No. We go
No.
the slimmer.
So why do you feel like it? Well, so what makes you the needle in the diamond in the rough?
I'm not saying I'm a diamond in the rough.
I said, where in the world does a woman with your stats get the kind of man with this stats? And you said, well, today's age, anything can happen. So if that's the case, why do you think it could happen for you?
Because I feel like, me personally, I have a lot of good qualities. If you're just going off appearance, I don't even think that matters.
Ma'am, you may have a lot of good qualities, but so do the women that these men want, and they're much more attractive and childless, and learn how to do something, and actually will taught what to do for a man. See, you ladies always put yourselves out here and say like you're the best product on the lot. I mean, is that what you're really saying? That a woman that nobody's better than you, because he can only have one, so he's gonna pick you over the other one. And so that's what I do on my platform. I try to let women understand you can dream and say what you want, but these men have options.
That's true.
And ain't no men that we talk about, and the reality of your life, do respect the reality of your life, your lived existence. What you know is you are a baby mama from a guy who was your high school sweetheart, and he was a maintenance something. Maintenance what?
Supervisor.
Is that like a maintenance man, or what is that? I don't know what that means.
It's basically like he supervised everyone else in the maintenance department.
It's like in the an apartment complex, in a building, what?
No, Metro is the subway. And
Oh, okay, all right. So a blue collar worker.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I would expect from a woman who is an average-looking woman. Average and cute-looking women get average to blue-collar men.
But that's
Ma'am, and that's how it's always been. And only in the last 30 years have average women started to have these outrageous dreams about 6 feet tall men who gonna come make everything that ain't you.
But this is what I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Take all that away, boom. I've seen women that, well, if you say I'm a 6, I've seen people that I think I'm better than, so they had to be less numbers that are married or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm. And do you know these people personally?
Yeah. I mean,
they're married to whom?
They're married to their significant other. I don't know.
No, but is their significant other 6 feet tall and $200,000 or more?
No, they're not.
Then that's all we're talking about, man.
Oh, I thought the goal was marriage.
Well, no, but marriage is one thing. But see, I learned a long time ago, you ladies don't know what you mean by marriage. That's why I asked you about the lifestyle. You want to have at least one more kid. at best, but you also want to live in a house that you could never afford. You could never afford a $500,000 home, ever.
Not bad right out, but that's what you have a mortgage for. I can pay a mortgage. I'm not trying to, I mean, if
Ma'am,
I go buy a house,
a $500,000 home and a $45,000 suburban on an elementary educator salary.
once I get married and I get,
No, ma'am, I'm saying you.
oh, by
Not once you
myself.
get married, on you, on your own, what you were raised to be, an elementary educator. You could never afford a $500,000 home on your own, a suburban on your own. At best, you're gonna get a small home and a mid-sized car, living paycheck to paycheck, like every other middle-class person in this country. And then if you were to deal with a maintenance supervisor, you guys get yourself together, but you don't expect the maintenance supervisor to put you in a $500,000 home. You're just supposed to move out of your apartment and move to a home. My point is the lifestyle that you ladies envision is far past your sexual marketplace value. And then when somebody lays it out, this is how men think, this is how men work, this is how men operate. Well, whatever, it could happen for me. When was the last time a man that was making that kind of money approached you? Never. What kind of job would a man, what kind of career would a man need to be making to earn $250,000 or more annually? What are some professions?
Probably a doctor.
What kind of doctor?
A neurosurgeon. But see, I wouldn't even.
Ma'am, unless I'll ask you the question, what kind of professions? A neurosurgeon, what else?
I really just feel like only doctors make that kind of money, or
Okay,
lawyers.
so in order to make the kind of money you're talking, a man would need to have an elite profession.
But you,
Ma'am, let's just stop right there. In order to make the kind of money, to have the kind of lifestyle you're talking about, to where you only had to work to pay 5% of the family bills, a man will have to have an elite profession, which makes him an elite level man. You're not an elite level woman.
because of my job and
Because of who you are, all of it.
But see,
Your looks,
here,
your height, your weight, just everything, your software.
why am I?
This is why April quit, because you ladies just won't get it. You expect it. I know these men. I'm in rooms with these men, and I'm gonna tell you, they don't come into rooms with women who talk like you.
But see, I don't want some. I mean, not saying you, but I don't want someone of your stature, because I feel like those guys are the busiest, and they're not going to be able to be home.
It doesn't matter if you want them or not. You couldn't get them.
Okay, that's fine too.
But then, how can you get the kind of lifestyle you're talking about?
It's not unattainable without.
How do you get How do you get the lifestyle you're talking about without the money?
I can have that lifestyle. Like
How?
I said,
How?
for me to be working and for my future.
How do you get a lifestyle of a $500,000 home or suburban and an income around $300,000 on an elementary educator's degree and career path? How do you get it? How?
My income combined with my future husband's income will suffice. Once I meet my husband.
Suffice.
Yes.
At the top of your career, what is your highest projected earning annually?
Probably like as a teacher in DC, probably like 56,000.
Ma'am, at the top of your career, at best, you won't even crack $60,000. So in order to have the kind of lifestyle you're talking about, your husband would need to make $200,000 or more.
It is people out here that.
Ooh, Jesus, math is fundamental, man. See, every time I talk to you about what it is, you tell me it's possible. And then the math keeps defeating you.
I feel like you're going off the math. And
Because the math is real. You go into a bank talking this shit about, I got a business plan and I got a dream and it could work. They don't go off of that. They go off of your credit rating, your collateral, and if there's going to be return on investment. And this is the problem. I want to bring you all the guys all the way back around. What has this education done for black women? If they don't use their fructose brain, man, we're having a simple logic conversation, grown conversation based on numbers. And you're getting frustrated at the math because it won't work according to what you want. You won't make more than $70,000 as a teacher. That's paycheck to paycheck for the rest of your life. And here's another thing. If you're like most black women and you don't get married, if you make $50,000 a year from 25 to 65 and you save $200 a month, that means when you graduate, when you retire at age 65, mandatory, and you live from 65 to 85 like many black women do, you're going to need $2.4 million. You won't have, at $50,000 for 40 years, adjusted for inflation, you will have almost a $750,000 hole in your savings. When you run out of money, if you're not married and on your projected income, what's going to happen when there's no more money because you can't work anymore? There will be no income. After you're out of money, what happens?
Hopefully, if I'm not married,
No, you're not. If you're not married, what happens?
if I'm not married, I would hope I raise my daughter right so she can take care of me.
So, in other words, I want you guys to understand their plan, instead of prioritizing relationship and marriage to make sure they can get to the end of life, is to burden their children with their elder care. That's a fucked up thing to do, man. I'm gonna make my kid take care of me in the elder years. So her husband, her life, her family. This is the reason I do this broadcast right here. This long ass interview to get through all of this, to show I was taught to get my education, and these educations aren't worth shit. You are a middle class worker. You weren't taught anything to do with a man. You weren't taught how to be a wife, how to get the very thing that's going to save you from living with your daughter. You weren't taught how to do it. That's why you're a baby mama right now, because I don't want to pressure him and this and that. All right, fine. You can dream all you want to, but you are going to make less than $60,000 at the top of your career. That is broke.
That is broke. I mean,
so you don't get to dream about living in Bowie in 5-bedroom homes and suburbans. At best, you get to do is live like you're living right now. Hold on. At best, you get to do is live like you're doing right now with a maintenance man or a maintenance supervisor. And y'all cobble together his income and your income, and you live at that level. That's not a 5-bedroom house in Bowie. That's a 3-bedroom house, and your sister, your kids share a room.
Why are you acting as if it's like, even if that happens, even if I meet a maintenance man, well,
Why am I acting like what? Why am I acting like reality's real?
No, you acting like it can't happen, even if it's with a...
What can't happen? I'm acting like what can't happen?
Marriage and everything else. You're saying
no, ma'am. I'm not talking marriage to whom?
Whomever loves me.
No. Marriage to whom? See, this is what I don't do. I don't allow you guys to conflate. I'm not acting like anything. Why am I acting like your dreams are too big for what it is?
But it's
Why are you, man? Why are you? Okay. What percent out of 100% chance? What percentage chance would you give yourself of getting this 5-bedroom home in Bowie in the suburban, this lifestyle?
I say a 50-50 chance because of the marriage thing. Marriage these days are harder to do. So if I get...
Here's what I mean, people. A 50-50 chance. She gives herself a 50-50 chance of this dream high-income lifestyle to where she is going to find a man who is going to be able to pay the $200,000. So you're going to find a $200,000 man. You get yourself a 50-50 shot of finding a $200,000 man.
That number...
Ma'am, if the number, see, I know more about the number than you do. cost of living calculator. Man, I don't care if you don't like the math. That's what it is.
It's not that.
The average child cost $250,000. I've already run the numbers.
I know. I said all
Ma'am,
that, but what I'm saying is,
how much would it cost to?
They have those things, and I know they don't make $200,000. They have a house.
$500,000 home. $500,000 home. How much is a mortgage on a $500,000 home?
Probably like $2,300, $2,500.
Mm-hmm.
I only said these things because I know.
No. Hold on. Let's do a mortgage estimator.
They have
no. $2,300. You think a mortgage is? How much do you plan on? You're gonna have to mortgage the entire thing.
That's what I'm saying. Mortgage about 20.
You're gonna mortgage the entire thing. What's the zip code in Bowie?
Probably 20747 or 20743.
Fair enough. You're a veteran. No, I'll give you a 720 to 739 score. There we go. $500,000 home. Oh, that's taking too long. How much is your rent right now?
$1,200.
$1,200.
Well, if you add utilities, probably around 13.
And how long of a mortgage?
For probably about 50 years.
50 years? What's the life expectancy of a man?
Oh, probably like what, 65, 70?
Yeah. You can't get a mortgage for that long at your age?
To start off with.
Man, you're 32. Top working age is 65.
I mean, if you're in good health.
Monthly payments. $3,452. $3,400. Man, you make at the top of your career, you'll make $60,000. A mortgage of $3,400, even if it was $3,000, that's $36,000 a year. That's over half of your gross take-home pay. Ain't no maintenance man can afford that. You cannot afford that, and that's before that's before car payments. That's before utilities, groceries, living expenses, medical, insurance, the kids. See, the thing is, you don't know anybody who lives at that level. So you don't know what who do you know that lives at that level?
That's what I was just telling you. The reason that I even want to live in Bowie, because people that I know that live in Bowie and have these houses and things of that nature, I know for a fact that they
But
don't.
you don't know how. Okay.
$1,000.
What are their monthly total expenses with two kids? That's the point. That's the point. You don't know.
But I know they make $200,000 a year.
But you don't know. But to get a $500,000, man, why in the hell? Are you guys experiencing the same level of insanity? I mean, I want you to understand. This is a college-educated woman who has been defeated by math, but is going to make reality. Ma'am, has anyone ever proposed to you?
Yes.
Who?
My child's dad when we were younger.
Right. Since then, has anyone ever proposed to you?
And my ex-boyfriend before him.
And how old were you?
19 and 23.
Right. In the last 10 years.
Oh, no.
What's the most money of a man you've ever dated? What's the highest earning man you dated?
I never really asked their income.
Because they're broke.
But here, a maintenance man that works for Metro could make up to $100,000. It's true.
I get it. Because the cost of living is 150%. So, guys, what I want you to understand is this is the level of delusion with the modern woman. She is going to figure. I know people, but you don't know nobody. You don't know their living expenses. See, the difference is between you and I know people who actually live like this levels that you're talking about, and I know the expenses. I talk to people every day. Man, due respect, you think what you're talking about makes sense? But you're going to read in the comment section that you are operating on a massively deluded level. You are a 6 foot tall, 200-pound woman with a 1-year-old, and you are average to cute at best. Okay? Women in that kind of range don't get first dibs or any dibs of men earning that kind of money. That's average. Is the lifestyle you're talking about, the lifestyle we're talking about, is that an average lifestyle?
No. The lifestyle that you're talking about with the
No, the lifestyle that we've been talking about, man, the one you're talking about where you're working 5% of the time.
I said I would, but I don't have no problem.
All right, ma'am. The life. Okay. What do you honestly think you're going to get out of this life? What do you think you're going to get that life that we were talking about? Living in Bowie with 5 bedrooms in a suburban.
Yes.
You said you gave yourself a 50-50 shot.
Yes. Meaning because I
Okay, 50-50 shot and a 50-50 shot, and who's going and carrying the financial load? What percentage of the family financial load would you have to have? Would you be carrying to live that life?
If I have more kids, then I would want to do, like I said, about 5%, just utilities or that such, because if I have more kids, I'm going to have to take care of the kids.
How the fuck do you afford an upper class lifestyle when you're only working to pay utilities? How much is your husband going to have to make?
I don't know.
Ma'am.
You ran the numbers, but
Ma'am, I asked you, this lifestyle that we ran down, you said I give myself a 50-50 shot. I said, okay. What percentage of the family household are you going to be paying for? And you went right back to it and said, oh, only 5 to 10%. So that means the man has to pay 90 to 95% of that entire thing.
I said if we have a whole lot of more kids.
That's the goddamn thing I just said 3 times.
If I just have my one kid,
ma'am,
work a regular.
I know what I said. If you have more kids and you got this lifestyle, you're working 5% of the time or 10% of the time, fine. You give yourself a 50-50 shot at having that lifestyle. How much does that man have to make annually to cover those? Because you only working 5 to 10% of the time. How much does he have to work? How much do you have to make annually?
You said 200,000, but
I'm asking you how much.
I feel like $100,000 because if I get, you just went to a $500,000 home. If I get a $350,000 home,
you are insane.
Why am I insane?
This woman is saying that she can have a $500,000 home, a $45,000 suburban. Her husband has at least the same car on her level. That's almost $600,000 in home and vehicle, 2 children, utilities, medical, insurance, savings, all these things, travel, then college, all of this coming from a man making $100,000. And I got news for you. You're fucking insane. The math doesn't support that. And even if $100,000 was enough, a man making that kind of money don't want an average woman.
$100,000 though isn't.
All right, this is why women like you, ma'am, like I said, it ain't what you were taught anymore. It ain't what your mama did. It ain't what your mama taught you, and what they didn't teach you. It's who you are. This is why I'm so adamant on this. Don't argue with a man. At this point, like I said, most of them over 30, they're beyond reproach. You can't save this because when math doesn't work, they will argue up and down, up and down. I'm going to use this. And I tried to help you, man, but bottom line, I don't know where you think, where in what world an average woman with a child has the nerve to sit back and talk about it. If I have another kid, I would want it not to have to work except to pay utilities. When every goddamn day you got to get up and work to pay for you and your kid, that's your life.
Yes,
And that's going to be your, and ma'am, that's your future. That's your future. Because if a man on the kind of level that you're talking about, when he hear anything that's coming out of this, he's going to run for the high heels. I don't know why you would think that you get to be entitled, sitting up on your ass, and somebody else has to work to cover that kind of bill, and you just work 5 to 10% of the time. A woman who can't cook or just learn how to cook.
I can cook.
Insane. This is what I'm telling you. Guys, when I say things, I don't just say them. I said women of the group tell men of the group what they think they deserve by how they look and how they act. Look at how she's acting. This is it. For me, I'm a mother. I'm not even really fit. I'm an average earner. And my goal is to just get married and have you pay all the bills.
I said I'll be.
Good luck with that. Out of line.
Man, this right here is the exact example of what we talk about all the time. She's 32 years old, but still moving and acting like a teenager, while Kevin is literally pouring his heart out, trying to give her some real guidance. The attention span is gone, the focus is gone. She's walking around, looking around, not even locked in on the message. And that tells you everything you need to know. See, her mother raised her like so many other women are raised. You're a princess, you deserve the world, you're special just for existing. And when you've been told that your whole life without being taught accountability or responsibility, this is the result. You grow into an adult that has no clue how the world actually works. And when a man finally tries to sit you down and give you some truth, you can't even process it. And what's worse, she can't hold mama accountable. She can't hold other women accountable. It's always someone else's fault or the situation's fault, but never their own. That's why these conversations go nowhere, because if you can't even acknowledge the root of the problem, you can't fix anything. This is what young men today have to deal with. Women who think they deserve everything just for showing up. Women who have been living in a dream world with no connection to reality. And honestly, I feel sorry for the younger guys coming up, because this is the pool they expected to choose from. Kevin was laying out facts, giving her game, and she just wasn't smart enough or disciplined enough to even sit still and take it in. And that's scary, because if at 32 you still don't understand accountability, still don't understand how to live within your means, and still think life is a fairy tale where a man will come rescue you, then what do you really have to offer? This right here is insane, but unfortunately it's the reality we see play out over and over again.